McGann, shockingly enough, was a teacher. Guys, we have a breaking news update on the manhunt out in Arkansas, Devil's Den State Park. 2 parents lost their life. And this sketch has now brought somebody to justice. This is James Andrew McGann. He has been officially arrested in the first-degree homicide of Clinton Brink as well as his wife, Cristen Brink. It is being reported that McGann worked for a local Arkansas school. He was a teacher from the 23 to 24 school year at Springs Creek Elementary School in Broken Arrow. So the question begs, what in the world would prompt a former teacher to attack parents of young children? This just blows my mind. But every single day I wake up and cover some of the most heinous acts humans can do to other human beings. So does this really surprise me? Unfortunately, it does not, but it certainly is sad. I'm glad the manhunt is over, and I'm glad the family can start the healing process. Nothing will ever take away what this family is going through and what the children are going to have to survive the rest of their life knowing that their parents will never be there for them. This is awful. Over what? We still don't know. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Bullhorn Betty channel. Well, good morning, my beautiful people here on TikTok. If you don't know who I am, ridiculously early in the morning. It's not even 6 a.m., and we've got some breaking news update here this morning. I just dropped a video about the manhunt underway right now, and we have new information. This is James Andrew McGann. He is a former teacher, and they have arrested him right now for the homicide of Clinton Brink as well as Cristen Brink. If you don't know who these folks are, these are the folks that were out in Devil's Den State Park with their 2 young children, and somebody approached them on the trail. This is the sketch of the person on the trail. This is a photo from another person out there, and they were looking for this person. They said this person fled in a dark 4-door sedan with the license plate taped up. So obviously that gives you a hint of premeditation, because nobody's going to tape their license plate up unless they're out there to do problems or commit a crime that they don't want their license plate being picked up on. Well, again, right now we are learning that James Andrew McGann. Now, here's the shocker, folks. This guy, hey, Dana Lynn, this guy right here, brace yourself, a former teacher, not just a former teacher, a former elementary school teacher. He was at Spring Creek Elementary School, if I got the name of the school right, an elementary school from 2023 to the 2024 school year. He was a blessed teacher. And he's out there doing this and destroying young children's lives. James Andrew McGann. If you guys are just coming in and you're wondering what I'm talking about, this teacher, this former teacher, was just arrested for 2 homicide charges of 2 parents of young children that were attacked on the trail of these young children. A former teacher. So this is breaking news. I just dropped a video about this. This was learned yesterday evening, late in the evening. A few people were able to pick this story up and run with it last night. I go to bed early. I'm waking up this morning. I'm hearing the great news that we have a suspect behind bars and in jail, so he cannot hurt another family or destroy any more young children's lives. What caused this man to do this? I have no idea. but it sounds like he was out there to do horrible things to someone. And I think this family here was just the unlucky people. Was he out there camping? Were they out there camping? I've got a lot of questions. When you observe this photo right here, this is an overlook. He's on an overlook looking down. Who's he looking at? Who's he following? It makes you wonder. This is a call out to all of my families out there on YouTube, on TikTok, on other social media platforms. This is a dangerous world we live in, even out there in the wilderness when life is slowed down. You need to be ultra vigilant out there. They did catch him. They got him, but look at all the damage done. It's still too late. It's still too late. 2 people lost their lives. And who in the world would think a former freaking teacher would do this? My mind right now is blown. My mind's blown. I thought this would be I can't even say it here on TikTok, but I thought this was going to be a substance abuse user, some raggedy, trashy person. I was expecting a beat up car, and then when they started saying the matte finish on the car, I'm thinking in the back of my brain, it's not a matte finish. This is a beat up car that has no paint left on it, But I was thinking that this would be somebody really trashy and just nasty. What was this teacher doing out there? Many people. Let's play this tape through. 2 young girls. People believe that this might have been some type of, attempted taking of those children. And him being a former teacher, they need to look at this guy's past. They need to be talking to their students and making sure that this man didn't do anything wrong to any of those students. Because something triggered him to go out and do this. But why have they not said anything about the 2 girls? All they said was that they have him. Well, we know that the 2 girls survived. We know that the 2 girls are in the care of the family and seeking the help that they need. They witnessed this. I can't imagine 2 young girls going through this. But they witnessed this. So the girls are fine, physically fine. We'll say that. They're not sustaining injuries or fighting for their life. But the scars that are going to be invisible on these children are going to be very, very deep. The question is, how did this guy know? We don't know what school these children went to, if they were in school. How did they come in contact with this guy? Was this targeted? I'm telling you, there's something that I said the other day on my YT channel about, because of the tape on the license plate, the tag. That told me it was premeditated. And I remember saying, who knew that this family was out here camping? Because I felt like it was either this family was targeted or that area was targeted. And then we find out that this was the busiest day of the summer. And this is a teacher from Arkansas. So it does really have this tinge, just of predatory behavior. I mean, we know he unalived their parents. But I feel like there's something more here that we're just not getting yet. When it comes to this case, I don't know what it is, and I've been talking about it for days. Just something has never sat right with me with this. And Nancy Grace did a video, like a podcast the day before yesterday talking about this. And she had some people on her channel. And one thing I found out, and this is also another one News Nation put out, and they brought in a content creator as well that acquired the footage, of the car. And one thing that that was apparent is that other families had passed this guy. Other families had spoken to this guy. He was really off. They said he just wouldn't talk, wouldn't keep eye contact. He was obviously up to no good. But there were other families that were less, I mean, Clinton was a pretty tall guy. He's a pretty big, guy. He's nice as anything I'll get out, but when you don't know him, he still looks like a guy that can handle his own. So why did this McGann, this teacher, this former teacher that's right here, James Andrew McGann, why did he choose this family to attack? Because there was one comment from one of the panel guests on Nancy Grace that identified that there was a single woman on that trail with her daughter. And she tried to hold a conversation with this guy. And he was just all types of bizarre. So why wouldn't he? It would seem like she would have been more of an opportunity, right? She's single. She's by herself. She's with her kid. She would be easily overcame. Why would he go after the one with the mom and the dad and the father looking pretty big, like he can handle himself? And the mom, she's not a size 2. She looks like she can handle herself as well. And let's face it, they did save their children in their final acts on this world. And that gives me goosebumps, and I can't describe that. But I just want you guys to know, I just dropped a video. Former teacher. That's who they believe is responsible for this heinous act. A former teacher. And not just a former teacher. Springs Creek Elementary School in Arrowhead. If I've got that right. But he was an elementary school teacher. And if we think that this is kind of a predatory type of situation here, then he was in the care of a bunch of young children for at least an entire school year. So I have no earthly clue as to whether or not, let's see here. I don't know if you know me, but I can tell you do not. We block people that are rude. If you guys like me, stay over here, but you say rude stuff, I will block you. I really don't care about that kind of crap. We're talking about true crime cases here. But a former teacher that was overseeing, if we believe he was predatory in nature, then we have to start looking at the children, the young children that he was responsible for, no? And this, he's 28 years old. Like, I feel like this is like another Brian Koberger situation. I know, Honeysuckle, right? So Honeysuckle, this is, if you guys aren't paying attention, Honeysuckle said, can we stop being shocked by evil? That these men do. And it's true. It's, the video I just dropped even said, am I surprised? No. We cover the most heinous acts humans can do to one another on this channel. Our opinion of some of these humans are very low. Let's be honest. There's reasons why we cover these cases, but I can tell you the change in my own personal life covering these cases. It's hard because you see all the evil out there. You want to talk about wanted to be shut off from the world. Talk about true crime. Have these people that are bullying you online do that, and it's just for trying to cover these cases. It's pretty intense. But you're always out there looking over your shoulder because you see all this going on all around you, and you cover it. And in some of these things, you see that this is their family. These are the people that are supposed to have their six. But in this case right here, this is a teacher that went and wanted to shape the minds and the lives of young kids. And look what he did. He's ruined the lives of at least 2 young children. And it makes me wonder how many more. Now, I know he probably didn't unalive other victims, but there's a reason why we're here, okay? And when I hear that this guy was out there watching families, and we got little kids, and we're finding out that this guy's an elementary teacher, okay? 1 + 1 = 2, no, does it not? This guy needs to be fully investigated. If he was a teacher of your child or children, you need to be talking to your children. And I would behoove you to take your children down to law enforcement to speak to them, because who knows? They might have some information about his behavior, about something that can help them with this case. And speak to your children, because there may be a lot more going on that nobody knew about until this point. And if he's harmed any other child, he needs to be held accountable for that. I don't know what's going on. But again, a former teacher. All right, check out the video. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. God bless each and every one of you. I will be rolling out on the YT today. I will be over here with some updated information, and I know we have some breaking news cases. This is not a political channel. If you guys like my political commentary, you guys can always see my political commentary on Betty for President. We try to keep that off of my true crime channel. However, we do political advocacy for our victims and trying to get tougher laws to help law enforcement solve these cases quicker and get these animals behind bars a lot sooner. So that's kind of our advocacy aspect of it. But if you guys like some political stuff, hit me up on Betty for President. All right, guys, God bless each and every one of you. Rock it out with your coffee beans out. Again, an animal has been taken off the streets, but this story is not yet done yet. So stick around. God bless.